I hit a level of complacency that December, right? Instead of seeing what was happening, I'm looking at the phone, like, that's 1700 today. If you only know a style, I don't think you can succeed in every quarter of the year. People don't want to always be yelled at to click the link below now. So that's another mistake, is you could be way too aggressive in the CTA.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm realizing I should totally do that as a brand.
If you actually have the feeling like you're going to be on TikTok Shop for a long time and you think you can be good at it, start a personal page off the rip and track your progress as you go. I don't scroll.
Hey guys, welcome back to TikTok Shop Secrets. I'm so excited today for today's guest. I have Austin Brown. So he's one of TikTok Shop's breakout creators. He won the high quality creator award at the TikTok Health Miami event this last September. And then he's also driven over $3 million in GMV in the platform by creating content that actually converts. Austin, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm so curious about your story. What were you up to, before TikTok Shop and all of this craziness?
So before TikTok Shop, I'd actually been on TikTok since 2020. It's like one of the first people on there, I feel like. But I was posting through college and I was in the original monetization program, which was off of views. But like back then it paid like by the pennies. It doesn't compare to what it pays now. And then I was in college as well. So got to about the third year of college and I kind of stopped posting on it. Started just doing my schoolwork. And I was like, it's not paying that much anyways. So this is how the TikTok shop came, was got into last year and I started taking a e-commerce course, not in college, but off the grid, bought it from someone. And I took the course all the way through and I was ready to, get started. But one of the methods was to be a TikTok shop seller. So originally I was supposed to be a seller. So I'd set it all up. And I think the first store I set up was for pet products, dogs specifically.
Right.
And I kind of saw how much capital it was really gonna take to run that. And I was like, Bert, you're in your last semester of college, you don't have any capital. So I was reading through, and then I was like, oh, they use affiliates. And you gotta understand, I don't know what a TikTok shop affiliate is at this time because I was on organic TikTok. I didn't even activate it. I didn't know.
Hmm.
So I started looking into it and I was like, this sounds like something I could learn to do. I already know how to film. I'm used to the camera. I'm not scared. I have a persona. So then in that August, I started trying it out. And I think I gave it a little shot in July, like the last 2 weeks. But August, I went for a real attempt the whole month. And ever since then, I've been going.
That's crazy. Yeah, I can totally relate. Yeah, kind of not having as much capital and trying to build this business. It's cool that you were able to find like a way, kind of a path forward to starting your own thing. And so, now that you've seen so much success on Shop, I'm curious, like, what are two or three behaviors that you feel like has really driven that success, and not like the typical cliches that creators kind of repeat? Like, I don't know. Uh,
Okay. So I figured I learned this like early on, but at first I had the misconception that posting a lot was going to make the money, but that's actually not true. That's why like my stuff is so quality now because it was a hard adjustment. I thought posting a lot would make a lot of money, but it did not. Because I can remember certain numbers of, I know in my second month, I posted like over 300 videos and I did it again and again and again. I barely made anything because the real answer is it's posting a decent amount of quality stuff that makes a lot of money. It doesn't even have to be a lot if it's quality because quality carries. So I'll probably say that was the very first lesson I learned. Second lesson I learned was the lesson of momentum. So I don't really hear anyone talk about this much, but I know in my first run in 2024 that I started going viral around the end of November, early December. I had goalie go for the first time. And then right after that, I had the drawstring Christmas bags go. And I hit a level of complacency that December, right? Instead of seeing what was happening, I'm looking at the phone like, that's 1700 today, whatever. And I took it as a post less, the money's being made. That's the wrong answer.
Mm,
So when you look at the analytics of that December, it's like made 17 grand, but you posted 60 times. But the catch was it was the stuff I posted the month before when I posted 270.
oh, right.
This was a hard lesson I learned up front was the money is made from the back end videos most of the time. It's usually not from what you're doing in current time, unless your video was just that crazy and it goes viral like it. That's usually not the case though. It's
Mhm.
usually the after effect and it's like compounding interest. I didn't know this. I
Right.
took it as, oh, all this money's coming in. Let's chill. Let's let's do whatever we want to do. Which you can do that at certain points, but at that time, that's my first time going viral. Why did I do that? I
Totally.
should I should have really ran with it.
Hmm.
So that probably the second thing I say. And then the third thing, I see a lot of other people say find your style or find a style. I don't think that's the answer because the algorithm changes all the time. And if you only know a style, I don't think you can succeed in every quarter of the year because there's different styles that are trending. There's time periods where skits are great. There's time periods where symptom videos are great. There's times where bottom of funnel is even great. So it's just like you need to know how to be able to touch everything, but then have specialties in certain stuff. Like I specialize in skit or symptom video. Those are my strong two, but I can do several different things. So
Hmm.
when you know how to do a lot of styles, you can make more money because at any point in the year when that style or those two aren't working, you have other stuff to use. So I don't
Right.
really see many other creators talk about it. Is they try to get creators to just know how to do one thing, and now they're one-dimensional creators. So like, if you were to look at my page, you see there's a great variety of different products. There's videos that look different. There's different styles.
Hmm.
So I feel like that was very valuable for me to learn was to I used to take styles or creators where I don't know how to do what they do, and I would transcribe their stuff out, and I would go in AIs and analyze, it, try to
Hmm.
learn why does when he does that, why does that work?
Hmm.
So that's the stuff I used to do, and I feel like people don't really talk about those three that much.
That's so true. And so you're doing 300 videos a month, which is crazy. And then so now, like, what is it like? Kind of like a typical day look like for you? How many videos are you releasing?
So just to piggyback off what I said, so the quality aspect, right? I told you
Right.
up front, I was posting like 300 videos. When I my quality got better, that dropped between an average of 140 to 150 through Q1 and 3
Okay.
of 2025.
Right.
And I made more money then because the quality got better. And it
Right.
didn't have to be 300. Now in Q4, it's extra, a little extra. So I posted between 200 and I think 220 this whole time.
Sure.
So I don't have to post the 300 on that page for it to work because if I focus on quality, I'm gonna see some numbers.
That makes sense. And so yeah, I'm kind of touching upon like what you brought up in terms of the AI, which I think is fascinating. Like, I guess what were you prompting it and how do you use it today?
So me going over like what I specifically did, we'd be here for days. But
Really?
I can like little tidbits is
Sure.
I would take my favorite. This is when I really didn't know much. I still do it now if they're that good. I used to take my favorite creators. I see this guy all the time. And I would go get 3 to 5 of their videos transcribed out. And then I would go and run them through the AIs and I would run analysis. I want to know why it works, why it works, why it works. And then once I have understanding of it, that kind of gives me that person's structure of the way. Because I have the script, I have the goal structure, I have the explanation, I have the psychology behind it. Now I can basically mimic that person if I wanted to.
Hmm.
Now a lot of people don't do that is they just watch the person and then try to understand it, but they're not using their tools to the fullest at
Right.
that point. So that was one thing I did, and also it was just lots of mini corrections of like when I knew what day I was saying was wrong, I would always correct it, always like it was a person. would always correct it. I had it save automations under certain names. I sat there and taught that thing like it's a person. So like when other creators, because I've had other creators on there, they get on mine and compare it to theirs. They're like, wow, it's such a big difference. It actually understands the little things. But that took months upon months upon months upon months and hours and hours and hours and hours of time. But it's to the point to where I could give it to someone and they could use it and see gains because I know once I had the AI fully built and working for me, like I'm chat, I know I went from 20 to 30 Ks to I was starting to see some 40s, 50s. So the proof of concept is there for it. It's definitely tweaked enough, and it fully understands. But you have to invest into it. Think of it as a person. You have to really invest that time into it. Show it examples. Talk with it. Talk with it. Say what you like, what you don't like. Also, even you can even show it teachings. Let's say I made a video to where I was teaching about TikTok Shop, and you're like, "I really like that guy's video," and it was really good knowledge. The same way you might send that to your student, I was taking that and taking it to the chat.
Right. That's
That's
so
so
smart.
that's why it knows so much.
Right. And are you actually uploading the like actual raw video? Like you're downloading it from whatever Kalo Data or one of those tools and then saying like, "Hey, I love this video." And then it's like, break down the elements of it and then help me recreate more scripts similarly, that kind of stuff.
So like I'll get it from daily virals or if it's not on there, what I'll do is I'll copy the link off of TikTok and there's hundreds of transcribers available on Google and I'll go transcribe it out and then I'll also show a picture of the creator if they're doing visuals and whatnot. I show what the video looks like, then I show
Right.
the product, and I take all of it and I show the chat, and it's you can see everything.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm realizing I should totally do that as a brand. We haven't invested enough, but to be able to give more feedback to our creators, I think it's like an obvious one, but yeah, one that we should probably invest more time into. We're doing it on a basic level, but not like I think to the extreme that you're talking about, like treating it like a person, which totally makes sense.
Yeah, if you train that chat like a person, like if it was a brand, for example, and that brand trained that chat to I want my creators to perform like X, Y, Z, and all the little tweaks, little tweaks, little tweaks, little tweaks. When it's right, you can now take your creator's stuff and run it through and be like, what is this guy doing?
Hmm.
And you can see if that's hitting markers you like or not.
Right. That totally makes sense. And so, like, do you feel like there's some like, overhyped tactics that you see like creators working on right now? Like, what's overhyped curiosity?
Like overhyped product wise or what?
Yeah, it could be product wise, could be like tactics in terms of creating content. Yeah, anything that you feel like this is not gonna this is not gonna last.
So at the moment, I've always felt this way. I don't like the bottom of funnel. Never will. I feel like it's getting a lot of hype right now, and I keep seeing all these people teaching it on courses. I just don't like it. I feel like if I took your best bottom of funnel creator and I'll put them in a head-to-head 60-day challenge with the best top of funnel creator, I don't think they're winning that battle. So I just don't like all the bottom of funnel hype that I see on TikTok, and I don't even like seeing people sell a course for bottom of funnel. To be honest, I really don't feel like it's that hard of a skill because I could just go copy yours. It's like 4 seconds. So that's one thing that I think is a little bit overhyped. I don't really understand why that's happening. If you're gonna do bottom of funnel, it's cool, but I personally don't think there should be courses on it. That's just my opinion. Secondly, video styles. I feel like all the video styles are pretty nice right now. That after September 13th and the rules updated, they got rid of a lot of nonsense because you can't really make exaggerated claims or any of that stuff anymore. So as far as the content, I just feel like the content is just competitive. I don't I don't see the stuff I was seeing. Like I was seeing people get away with crazy stuff. But
Totally.
now if you tell someone a vitamin B12 is gonna make them go dunk a basketball, you're gonna get a violation in like 3 seconds. But but like you can get away with that before. You can
Right.
tell some crazy story about how the B vitamins have me jumping higher or something crazy. You can do that before. But so I really like that now is that that stuff does not work anymore. And that makes it to where the why you see less creators or creators falling off is because after September 13th, they got harder because you have to actually be able to create. You can't tell this lying, exaggerated story. You have to actually be creative. You can't be overly sexual. You can't do none of that stuff anymore, or the account's gonna get the points. So for content, I like what content is. I'll probably say the only thing is like the whole bottom of funnel cult. I feel like that's completely overhyped, and I don't even see like the longevity of it to be honest. Because if you take your top TikTok shop creators, like the quality ones, those guys can go do that on whatever app they want. Whether that's in the future or they want to switch to UGC, they can go on Instagram, they can go wherever they want. I just feel like you learning a bottom of funnel, you don't actually gain a skill of any sort compared to your top TikTok shop, top of funnel creators could actually go and sell software and they could sell a car. They could go sell some of the stuff on Instagram. They can do it if they want that because it's an actual, they actually learned a skill. It's not just a TikTok skill. It's a skill.
Hmm.
So that's one thing I feel like should change.
That totally makes sense. And so I'm curious how do you define like top of funnel? Like, and do you only see it as like top of funnel and bottom of funnel, or do you feel like there's
There's
middle
a
of funnel?
middle. So the
Yeah.
top of the funnel is going to be people who are full on entertaining. The script is strategically thought through. They
Hmm.
entertaining, they hooked, they sold. There's some type of visual. The viewer felt something, and
Hmm.
it triggers by. But the middle is a nice little mix between that. Is like if I had a skit about this jacket, and I had someone walk up talking about since when can you afford that jacket? I'm like, what are you talking about? And then like that jacket's usually like $90.
Right.
And then I sell them the sale at that point. That's middle funnel. I didn't sell them the jacket or the feature or nothing like that. I sold them that it's $40 now, not
Right.
80 or 90. But there was a little bit of entertainment, so it's middle funnel. The
Sure.
bottom of funnel, not we're just holding products, screaming at the phone for 4 seconds, talking about there's a triple discount and there's not. Yeah.
That makes sense. And so do you do middle of funnel as well, or are you just focused specifically on top of funnel?
I use the middle when the sale is actually that good.
Ah, got it. Okay, so it's more about the offer that the brand is running specifically versus okay. And I mean, I know we've talked about this in text before, but I'm curious, like, so why do you focus so much on top of funnel? Because obviously it's worked out extremely well for you. But I'm curious, like your kind of thought process around it.
Because when you look at the majority of the top earners on the app, so if I was looking at this with the naked eye when I first started, the
Hmm.
top earners are top of funnel. It's not bottom of funnelers. There might
Right.
be a few in there, but they're not in there. And when you go through a 12-month span and you look at who's running these charts, it's top of funnel, top of funnel, top of funnel, top of funnel. So there's that part, but then also top of funnel content, right? You're actually more marketable and you're building a brand with your face. You're recognizable. So you can personally brand top of funnel. You
Got
can't
it.
do that when I'm yelling as a triple discount and I'm holding a water bottle.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. That totally makes sense.
So that's how you see these other creators who now have brands or software or communities or agencies. When you go look back at them and reflect, usually they were once upon a time a top of funnel creator.
That makes
That's
sense.
how all these people know them, right? That's they release a product and it's trusted because oh, I know his face, cool, boom, 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 or it's an agency or a community. Is this guy's branding was built through top of funnel? Can't
Mm,
do that, Bob.
right.
All we know is your hands and like half of your face.
Yeah. 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 that totally makes sense. And so, kind of following up on that, like, so I know you're coaching some creators, and I'm sure that a lot of them are kind of making similar mistakes with their content. Like, I'm curious, like, what do you see as like kind of a lot of those commonalities? So when you're like watching these videos and you're like, oh, like, change this, and then that ends up making it so that their like videos perform better.
I think the first mistake I see with anyone who just started is definitely the quality, and it's not quality as in they don't know how to be aesthetic. It's quality as in they're not paying attention. So let's say we're making a video right now. See how we both have had space to put something here, paying attention. A lot of this is a simple thing that can make the video look better. Is these creators, I'll tell them make a video, and now we're this close to the phone, and now the words are across my forehead, and now this looks
Um,
crazy. So it's the little stuff, like the
hmm
stuff that makes stuff with quality, and it's just not paying attention. It's not anything confusing. It's just simply not paying attention to how you're recording the video. If we know the link and my bio captions, hashtags are right here, why am I going to hold the product right here?
hmm
It's like the stuff
Oh,
like that is now this viewer cannot see what I'm showing them. It's in the link, but then let's say they initially did not want to buy anything today, and you really have to convince them. They're gonna look down and they're gonna see a link, and they're not gonna listen to nothing you say, and they're gonna keep going. Compared
mm,
to, how about you adjust the tripod? Let's get the product up.
right,
It's the little stuff like that. That's the initial mistake that could be fixed that same day.
right. It's yeah, super simple. It's just like attention to detail kind of thing.
Attention to detail can make your videos look better than a lot of people.
Yeah, and I'm sure like with the 3 second watch time, obviously, then it's like it's super important, right? Because like they can't see the product, and it's like okay, whatever. I'm just moving on.
Yeah, they can't see the product, and then how stuff looks when they get to your video matters because people can look at stuff and get overwhelmed. So let's
Hmm
say you're talking fast, the words are jumbled across your face, a lot going on. To somebody, this is anxiety. They don't want to see it. They they don't want to see that because it just didn't look right. It didn't look visually appealing when they got to it. So that stuff matters is yeah, your videos have to look visually appealing in some way. It doesn't have to be the best, just decently, so people will actually want to look at them.
Totally.
That's the
That
mistake. A lot of them, all actually no, all of them have made that when they first started. Just not even thinking about where the link is, but we're holding stuff down there.
Mhm. Yeah, that's super smart. And like I guess when you're coaching these same creators, like are there certain KPI that you're really focusing them on? Is it like the 3 second watch time, or how do you get them to be better?
So at first, I'm just focusing them on the actual not sounding sales is because what people want to do is I hit the start button on the camera and now they work at your local Honda and they're on a commercial.
Right.
And it's just like, that's not what we're doing. We are
Right.
not a Honda ad in the middle of the Super Bowl because people
Right.
know what that looks like. They don't want to see it. They don't want to see it. This is not the earlier times in life. People know what that sounds like now, and they're just gonna. So the first thing I'm really focusing on is making the creators sound like however they usually sound.
hmm
Because, like I said, they're scripting at first, and they're gonna learn scripting. But until they do, is I'll script them first. I'll let them use the AI talking to you about earlier. So now they have scripts that are gonna work off the rip, which is nice because most people who start this do not have scripts. They have
hmm
no scripts, they have no clue. So I have the products, I got them scripts that are good. And so now the focus is going to be, can you make it sound right though? And that's going to be them delivering it how they sound. Because if they try to sound like me or they sound like a TV ad or any of that, it's not going to matter how the video is. That only works for certain few creators on the app. For the majority of people, that's not going to work.
Sure.
So I start my focus is there because the scripting and the products, as long as they pay attention, because I teach them how to look for the products. I teach them the scripting, I teach them the psychology and why it's formatted that way. And in the AI it explains it. So if they just simply just pay attention as they're doing it, naturally they'll start releasing their own scripts as well. Like I have one, Adrian, she's been working with me for about 3, 4 months now, but she's to the point now to where she can release scripted videos herself
That's
because
awesome.
she was really paying attention the whole time. Now, if you're dealing with a creator who's not paying attention and they just want to follow instruction, they're never gonna actually learn it. They might be great at following instructions, but how long do they really want to do that?
Right, right. That yeah, that totally makes sense. And so, are you like meeting with these? I'm curious about what your like coaching looks like. Are you meeting with them weekly, daily, or
Weekly,
oh, okay, weekly?
weekly, and if they need more than that, that's fine. Because like this house I'm in, I rented it for this purpose anyways. So like, it's funny. Like my mom literally stays 3 garages down. I was over there and I rented the house 3 doors down just so I could have space for this.
Oh wow,
So, so that's literally what this space is for. I
right.
just I just will stay in it because why not? But
Hmm.
so they just come as much as they want or need. Like Adrian didn't need anything this past week because it's going super viral. She's just using the same format over and over again and still picking, still picking, still picking. So she didn't need anything this past week, but I'll be seeing them this week on Wednesday.
That's awesome, dude. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, you're changing their lives, obviously. If they're, yeah, I mean, that's incredible. So, like, switching gears a little bit more to like, kind of the relationships with brands and stuff. I mean, I'm curious. So, obviously, you're a top creator. You're gonna get inundated with emails and Twitter DMs and Target collabs, and so, like, do you even still look at those, or and if so, like, how do you brands now stand out for you?
Okay, so the actual TikTok shop inbox, I
Yeah,
look at it, but it's not an everyday thing. And I'm
right.
mainly looking at the collab messages. That means people have already spoken to or have their product in hand.
Got it.
Now the new connections tab where there's thousands, I don't go in there. It's far too intimidating. I know I can hit a filter button, I can filter it out, but
Right.
it's so intimidating for me to even look at that to
Right.
where I'm like, Plus, product wise, me personally, if it's just a free sample thing, I usually like to go pick those myself. As in the star creator groups, I like to go pick those. So I'm usually not interested in a new connections thing if it's for a free sample. So to answer your question, if you're like, how do you stand out in Austin's inbox? Is if I didn't request it as a free sample, I'm probably not interested in it because I haven't seen it in the star bundles because those lists are updated all the time. I like to trust those. So I would probably offer a flat fee up front. If you wanted to make your message really stand out and you led with flat fee and I read that before I clicked it,
Hmm.
that's a standout message. Even if the flat fee is horrible, but if you really wanted me just to like look, I would
Oh,
look. I would look. That would catch my eye because I at the point I'm at, I'm not interested in clicking through my whole box for free samples.
yeah.
I'm not really interested in that. I have some hero brands that work. I have sub brands that I know I can sell 30 of those a month. I know I have sub brands I know that work there too.
Hmm.
And then weekly, I'm just going to go look at the star chats and I'm going to see, okay, am I up to date or not? So the TikTok new connections tab is kind of useless for me. So the next option would be I recently added an email in the bio.
Hmm.
That email, I check it every few days. So there's a lot less people in that email emailing me compared to the TikTok shop inbox. So I clicked through that one and it could stand pretty good chances of me really reading it because there's a lot less people in that one. Like I might go in there, might be like only 6 emails that day. I don't go in there and there's 30 new emails. Yeah, that doesn't happen. After that, this is more private, but my WhatsApp, that's a good one, but usually people have my WhatsApp if I gave it to them. So if a brand messages my WhatsApp, I know that they probably got it from another brand. I've had that happen.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah. So now the WhatsApp is even more focused in. And
Got
then
it.
the final boss of everything would be my actual phone number.
Right.
We must be friends.
Right. Okay. So we're on that level. So I'm glad. I know we talked a lot. That's funny.
Yeah, so what's gonna stand out every time? It's gonna be if messages are leading with paid partnership or flat fee or stuff like that. As far as leading with free sample, um, it doesn't really interest me anymore. I know a lot of brands like the strategies to like act like, oh, we're giving you a free sample, like it's a trophy, and it's
Right.
like, I know, but I don't want it. That's
Right.
the catchy.
Yeah. I have enough shit at home. Yeah, I'm good.
So yeah, I don't think that's the best way for me anymore. But at first, that was great. I mean, if you're a newer creator and you're still trying to get your products together for the most part, then yeah, take advantage of that. But at the point I'm at, no, it just doesn't interest me like that anymore.
Yeah, that makes sense. And actually, I'm not too familiar with like the star chat you were kind of talking about. So does that mean that TikTok kind of highlights like star products that are picking up steam, or like what is that specifically?
So once you hit a certain amount of GMV consistently, you get a sign in your niche because every niche has different managers and teams. But in your niche, you get assigned a star creator manager. And then from there, you're assigned that manager. You're in Lark. You have direct violation help. You have help with trending products. There's lists every week. There's when TikTok runs campaigns, we already know there's products that'll be pushed in the campaign that's stated in there. It's basically just insight all the way through. If you use it, then it's very useful. But if you don't use it, you just don't use it. But that's very useful. Your manager can help you find stuff, or they just provide the list. It's just very useful.
That makes sense. That's cool. And so, are there specific signals or kind of things that you're looking at for choosing that product? So, like, let's say, I don't know, you're kind of going through, you've seen a bunch. Like, is there specific elements that you're kind of like, okay, I like this one better than this one because of XYZ?
Yeah, my one thing, immediate thing for me is I like to stay. Like I don't prefer it, but I don't like pills.
You don't like pills?
No, I don't like pill products because they're not visually appealing in any way.
Makes
So one
sense.
thing I'm looking for is something that is a colorful. If it's liquid, that's great. Colorful, is it liquid? Could I visually do something with just that and not have to go to the store and buy all this crazy stuff? Could I
Mhm.
just make a video with that and it looks visually appealing? That's a big one for me is like I'll promote some pill stuff if it's really that's the thing to do.
Hmm.
But if you're asking what I'm gonna pick naturally, it's probably not gonna be a pill. It's gonna
Hmm.
be a colorful gummy or preferably a colorful liquid of some sort. So that's
Nice.
gonna be a big one. After that, I'm gonna look at the price point because like outside of TikTok, I've been into my fitness for 5 years. If I go to your link and I see that you are charging $70 for 20 servings of protein powder,
Right. Yeah.
so I'm in health, and there's gonna be those certain products like certain vitamins and roots and powders that I know I've took those,
Right.
and I know what I feel comfortable paying for them. So when I see margins that make no sense, I'm not I'm not wasting my time promoting it because I'm not about to wait for you to go on a flash sale. I'm not waiting for that. So that's a no. After that, I'll look at the commission, but it's really not going to be the organic. I'm gonna look at the ad commission. That's what I want to know because all this stuff is pretty much getting picked up by GMV Max. So you're gonna get more ad sales than organic sales.
For sure.
So I'm gonna go and look at the ad commission. If we're going from you were offering 750, but when you turn on ads now it's $1.20. I'm not no because how the margin go that no
Right. That makes
no.
sense.
So that's going to be another thing. After that, I feel like I'm pretty comfortable. It's just, do I like what this is or not? I know certain type of products I don't like. I don't really like anti-aging products.
Okay.
And we talking about like a product type that I don't really feel like that's my thing. Because there's different types of health creators. There's
For
different
sure.
types of health you can pick. And like that lane, all of that stuff, I don't really think.
That makes sense.
I
Yeah.
think I like energy stuff, focus, calming, stuff like that. Oh, stuff that'll help your skin directly,
Hmm.
like a collagen. I could do that, or CMOS helps your skin, stuff like
Hmm.
that. But if it's some anti-aging, blah, 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 no, I don't want it.
Makes sense.
I do not want it.
That yeah, I can resonate with that. I mean, it's so hard. Anti-aging is one of those things. Like, how are you gonna even know it works? Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's
It's just
whatever.
even if it does work, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want to talk about it.
So take us inside maybe like one of your best performing videos. Like, how did the like idea kind of like start? Like, what was like the product maybe? And like, yeah, I mean, like, why do you think it ended up working?
So I have like five that have a very similar range. All right, I'll just pick this golden one. So it's a symptom video, but I use sound.
Hmm.
It was that like in way down we go like with that song.
Hmm.
And I used the sound and it was talking about a candida fungus, right? Now this is the method I had used is TikTok and TikTok shop. It's two separate things.
Hmm.
I went and I saw a video of someone talking about the candida fungus in a symptom style video, but it was just on TikTok. There's no link. It's old. Old. It's an old video.
Hmm.
There's no link on it. It went viral though. So I took it and I was like, that can be used for gold. I went, I tweaked the symptoms around in the order structure a little bit. And then I plugged in because, there's no link on it. So there was no solution. It was just a lady saying, these are my symptoms. And that was the end of the video. So then I added in the solution with the goalies and explanation of what each do, added a CTA. I adjusted the order of the symptoms from, because I acted them out, but like in a humorous way. I went from most humorous or I used like a comment baby in some of them. Like on one of them, those sugar cravings, and I took popsicles and I put them back in the cabinet.
What?
I was talking about sugar cravings, and when I
Yeah.
was done with the popsicles, I put them in the cabinet, not the freezer.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I led with that. So I
Oh,
led
I
with
like that.
the most eye-catching ones down to the most boring symptoms.
Right.
And the video, that one's not pinned to my page right now, but the last time I looked, I think it was at like 15 million.
Whoa.
It was posted in August. So that's really not even a long time of
Right.
life. Like that video next year might be a who knows what, but it still moves every day. But that was the process of it was it originally came from a lady who was just complaining about her symptoms. And I
Right.
just fixed it. I just fixed it around for TikTok shop and that was it.
Wow. So is that part?
Tools.
Wow, that's crazy. So is that part of your process is identifying videos that have gone viral that are not shop related and then kind of now adjusting it specifically for shop basically. So adding the product, the CTA, kind of reordering it, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So that's one of the styles on my bag. Remember I said the styles. I don't do
Right.
that one all the time, but it's there if I need it. But
Right.
I don't do it every week. I don't do it every 2 weeks. But
Mhm.
if I'm looking for, I need something way different right now. That's probably the one I would go to. because I'm going to be pulling from some viral video that probably no one ever saw on TikTok Shop.
Hmm.
And when I do it, and if it goes viral, then where'd that come
Right.
from?
Interesting. And so that's where you use like a daily virals to kind of find some of that inspiration kind of thing. Or,
Mm-mm.
oh
Because the
wow.
daily virals is nothing but TikTok Shop videos.
Oh, okay, got it. So then you need to like actually be searching through.
Yeah. So let's say we had, well, simple product, ashwagandha.
Hmm.
And I go to the search bar and first, nah, actually first, this is what I'm gonna do. I gotta think like someone with no idea what ashwagandha is for. If I was a creator who knew about this tactic and I had some ashwagandha, first I'm gonna go to whatever source I want and I'm gonna ask what problems does ashwagandha solve? Like what are all the issues that somebody would be searching for? Like, I'm stressed or I have high cortisol or that stuff. And I'm gonna go take the problems people would have, the ashwagandha might come. And I'm gonna look them up on TikTok and I'm gonna
Hmm.
go find videos of people complaining about, let's say we picked high cortisol. I'm gonna go find them. I'm gonna find videos of people complaining that are not shop videos that went viral. And then I'm gonna make them shop videos. I'm gonna transcribe them out and then I'm gonna make them shop videos at that point.
Hmm.
Because no one on shop has ever seen them.
Hmm. That makes
Or
sense.
build another product. We're talking about restless leg syndrome. I'm gonna go find someone's video on restless leg syndrome, and I'm gonna plug whatever product that fits it into it.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. That's so smart. So you're just finding like you're finding the symptoms because you're gonna hit on that anyways. Find the video that's not in shop, done well, and then recreate that and add a CTA kind of thing.
Yeah, you transcribe it out so you can look at it in full, and then you can go, you take it AI, and you can pick where you want the product to be plugged in at, and middle, whatever, and it can adjust the script and make it fit, and it'll sound like it's always been
Oh, so smart. I love that.
there.
That's really clever. That's cool. Totally makes sense. Does it matter how recently it was posted? Like in the last 6 months or at any point?
No, because like with everything in life, trends go like this.
Hmm.
Things in the world just go like this. So if it's last year, that's fine. It can work again.
That makes sense. That's
Like
cool.
you
And
see, I've seen TikTok shop affiliates doing put a finger down if you have this symptom. Put a finger down. You know how old put a finger down is? They took something from before TikTok shop and
right,
took it to TikTok shop and they went viral. Put a finger down is like a decade old.
right. I had no idea. I don't even know what that is, but I believe
It's
you.
just a trend. It's a trend. People used to put a finger down if you can't stand this. Put a finger down if you don't like
Oh
this.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Put a
yeah,
finger
yeah.
down, and then at the end they'll be like, you know what that means? That means you're. You see how
Yeah,
that could fit into a
yeah, yeah,
TikTok shop.
totally. That's funny.
So if I'm gonna go
And
and put a finger down, if you have no energy, you crash throughout the day, and then I
right,
keep going, and then I go, that means
right,
here's
right,
this bottle of,
right. It
and that's from a trend that's like a decade old.
right. That's interesting. And so when you're like reviewing your videos after, like what like stats are you typically like kind of digging deep on to like get better?
I do look at the retention rate.
Okay.
But this is the tricky part about watch times and whatnot is that I've had videos that have 4 or 5 second watch times and they're going crazy. The conversion is crazy, right?
Hmm.
Now there's some people out there who think, oh, I need 10 second watch time. 10, 12, 14, 15 seconds. That's great. That is great and all, but there's certain styles of videos to where they might not watch all of it, but you hit the pain point so well that they've already clicked the link and brought it.
Mm. Oh wow, got it.
So like I have a lot of symptom videos like that where the pain point was hit so well, but you look at the watch time and it's like 8 seconds. But then you watch the video like the product comes out at 23. Pain points hit, they felt targeted and they clicked the link already, they're gone.
Oh wow.
Or now, right? This is another problem is since people can hold their finger down and watch videos at 2 times speed, do we really know the watch time?
Oh, interesting.
I think about this.
Yeah.
I think about this all the time. So that's one thing I'm looking at. After that, though, when I see a video has sat for a good minute, and I'm like, I want to come back and look at that because I really believed in that idea. Because I ran analysis on myself. But I'll transcribe my own video and go see, all right, what do you think? And I'll have the metrics out and I'll
Hmm.
have all look at the metrics, look at the views, who liked it, who commented. And AI is just, that's just my assistant. That's what I'm going to go talk with whatever problem about. I don't have any assistant or none of that. I have a brand manager for the creators, but that's it. That has nothing to do with me as a creator. She helps with other creators. So that's where I'll go and I'll discuss it, and it'll tell me the weak points of the script. You lost retention right here because you started rambling too long, and then I'll go fix it. I'll bring it back. And I've done this a lot of times to where I keep bringing the script back and bringing it back. And it's because I keep micro tweaking it, and then I finally get it right.
Right.
And that can happen off of one tweak. That can happen off of five. Like right now, I'm doing it with energy drink product to where I've been tweaking it, tweaking it, tweaking it, and each time I'm seeing the views get better.
Interesting. And do you take down the original then when you're doing these tweaks out of curiosity, or you just
No,
keep making a slight edit? I'm gonna repost it again.
no. So I just make it again.
Oh,
I tweak the script. I make it again. I'm probably wearing a different shirt this time. Or maybe I'm standing in a different spot. Do it again.
got it. And is that where you kind of get like you think like the best result? You're like, okay, I love this concept. And I'm just gonna keep hitting it until I like make enough that it works.
I call it traffic hacking. Like my biggest months, that was the method that got it there. Was I saw something early on, or I saw something from last month that's catching the traction now, and I'm just tweaking it. I'm tweaking it, and each time it's getting better and better and better. And then usually one of them takes a massive leap.
Mm.
But you got to know how to identify that video though.
Yeah. What? So
Like
what
you
are
got to
the
be
tweaks typically like that? Ends up like making those like small adjustments that ends up leading to this like bigger like runaway success.
So when I look at my scripts or others, when I look at others, is a big one people get caught on is rambling.
Mm.
Taking in that clip, you had good pacing, good pacing, good pacing, but you got to clip three or four, and it's a big ramble that got off kind of just off the tracks,
Right.
and you lost a lot of viewers right there. That's where you lost it. That's the biggest. That's usually the fix. Most of the time is that because the hook. Most people have a solid hook. Like I'm speaking, especially me. I feel like most of my hooks are at least decent. I don't feel like I don't feel like I have terrible hooks anymore. I feel like they're at least decent.
Right.
So if the hook is right, usually the problem I find is you got caught rambling somewhere in the video.
Right.
And then after that, I would say another mistake would be the CTA. It's a mixed opinion. It depends. It depends what the price is that day. But going, it's right there, click it now. That might work if the price is steep enough that day. And it's really that sale. But I don't think that works all the time because it can sound a little bit pushy. And the honest truth is people don't like being told what to do. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't. So you'd be better off if you want to mention it's on sale. Yeah, I'll leave a link down below if you want to check it out.
Hmm.
If you want to check it out, I'll just leave it below. Sound more casual. Sound like I gave them a choice.
Right.
People don't want to always be yelled at to click the link below now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that's another mistake is you could be way too aggressive in the CTA and or there's no value in the CTA, right? Let's say the clip before you didn't hit the values you need to, right? So that means at the end of the video, you got to close the deal. You need to say something. Like I had one other day to where it was super focus. And the first version, I go, yeah, so I'll leave a link down below. Super focus is usually all set up. When I ran an analysis on this video, right, comparing it to the rest of the script, it was like you would have been better off value stacking right then. And the value stacking it gave me was there's 20 sticks in each bag, which means that it's more cost efficient than your constant energy drink runs. Now, after that, super focus is on sale. I'll leave it below. You value stacked on them in the end right there,
Right.
and we gave them a sale, and it's below. You see how that's better than the first version.
Right. 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 Right.
So
Okay.
it's a dopamine trigger. 20 sticks. As soon as I say 20 sticks, this sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
Then you start thinking about how many times I go to the gas station and get me drinks.
Right.
And it's on sale? I'm just gonna
Yeah.
buy
Yeah.
it.
That makes sense. That's cool. Yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, I've heard a lot of like value stacking and kind of like online webinars, but it's interesting how you're like yeah thinking about it in terms of creating TikTok shop videos. It totally makes sense.
Yeah, the value stacking for the creators is important too. Like, um, I don't know, people will probably recognize that, and people are pouring a drink and they're saying the
Mhm.
macros. So like the deeper thing in that, that's value stacking. Is yeah, they got your eyeballs. You're looking at it because it's all colorful and probably sunny and who knows what.
Right.
But he's value stacking to about 100 calories, 25 grams of protein, no sugar, no fat. You're listening to all this and you're like, dang, all that? And then you keep watching the video. And then if he keeps doing all these visuals, like I have one where I'm pouring out a protein soda. I got a green BMW in the bag, and I got my friend dumping water all over it. All
Mhm.
types of craziness. But I'm just value stacking the whole video, just value stacking. And the video goes like 40 GB.
Oh wow.
But the value stacking can be used in almost any script. It's just it's not always meant to be used up front.
Hmm. That
But
makes
it can be segmented in almost any script with health though.
right. That makes
Or really
sense.
even tech. Like if I was selling these are pretty cool. By value stack, Bluetooth, the ability to switch between phone and controller and the mics attached. Like I could value stack that. So I guess it would be anything.
That makes sense. That's cool. Um, are there certain creators that you kind of like follow out of curiosity for inspiration at this point?
No. All right, I'm young. I don't scroll.
Oh, really? That's crazy.
No.
I would feel like that's a part of the routine, but I guess not. Huh.
I don't scroll unless there's a product and I want to go look and see what everyone's doing with it.
Right.
But even then, I probably have went to the daily virals by now and plugged the product in, and I'm looking on there. I don't really sit there on my phone and just
Hmm.
I don't do that
Right.
because if I just want to go and look for viral videos specifically, I'm gonna go to the daily virals. I'm not gonna go scroll and look for them. I'm not.
Yeah, it's more efficient.
That's just that's just where I've gotten with it now. And then I just don't like doing all the scrolling because you can sit there and keep scrolling and then you start comparing like this and that. And it's just no.
Makes sense.
I like to feel like I'm in my own little headspace.
That's awesome. And
If it's truly that viral, because I go deep in the daily virals. Like I go until we in the hundreds. Like if I'm really looking, we at video 130. If it's truly that viral, I will see it on there.
that makes sense. That totally makes sense. And so actually, yeah, one other question on that. So like, are you usually like completely wanting to apply like, a new style to this category, or like, is it fine just to like go and recreate one that's already performing and just making it, twisting it into your personality and your style? Do you know what I mean?
You mean if I was looking for viral content?
Yeah, so like let's say, you're gonna work like that with that energy drink, right? For instance, and you're like, okay, I've now researched daily virals and I see what's working. Now, are you thinking about it more like, okay, I'm gonna just take some of these that are working and like redo them for my style? Or are you thinking more like, okay, I've seen what's working and I want to like build this because this style hasn't been done on this product and I want to do that. Like create like kind of more blue ocean, like something that hasn't been done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna do both. If you just handed me the product, I'm gonna go look and see what's working. I'm gonna go make the videos that are working, or video if it's just one, because why not? And then after that, and I feel some comfortability to understand the product, I'm gonna go look at what's working and try to make my own stuff at this point because I saw, okay, that worked. Now I may go twist it around. But when I say twist it around, it probably won't be slight. It's gonna look like if someone saw it, they're not gonna know what the original was.
Got it. Okay. So
But I
yeah,
will say this though, I don't copy anyone's videos word for word ever. Even if I am gonna make the same video as you, I'm gonna go behind you and see what could have been better here, and I'm gonna fix that. So like, it's never gonna be a direct copy.
Got it. And is that like out of respect for the creator, or you just don't like that's not your style, or kind of how do you feel about it?
No, it's just I know every creator isn't perfect. I know there's a flaw in this video,
Hmm.
and I feel like I'm putting myself in the best position by going to fix your flaw.
Right.
I'm only seeing it. I kid you not. I saw it for like one of the first times ever. When I ran that analysis on a script, it said 11 out of 10. I rarely ever
Whoa.
see a script that's perfect.
Uh huh.
There's always something.
Interesting.
There is this one creative script, and it was an 11 out of 10.
Wow. How long was it like? And what made it so good? And like, and how long was it?
It's just, I think it was like a 40, like a high 30 to a low 40-second video.
Hmm.
And the pacing was right. The pacing was right on it. That was a big one. There was no gaps. There was no gaps. There was no rambling. And the biggest part why I got that 11 out of 10 was the psychological play was perfect. It was a setup. Like the whole video is, she psychologically sets you up the whole video. But then on top of that was the clips were so segmented with the visuals that
Hmm.
something was happening every time. So the retention rate was also running through the roof. And the way the psychology was set up was it was like a cliffhanger.
Hmm.
It's every last words of the clip triggered a part in the brain of they have to know what happens.
Mm.
It's like if I walk down the street and start asking people riddles, they're really gonna stop and talk to me.
Right.
And most things on the street, people are not gonna stop and talk to me. If I walk into people saying riddles, their brain, the triggers there, they have to know. They
Right.
have to know. And it was like she had it set up like that to where you had to know.
Interesting. Huh. Actually, do you think I can follow up with you after? I'd love to include the link to the video in
Oh,
this.
it's a random video.
Really?
It's a random video. I've never seen this person.
No way. Okay,
Random
so you
video.
can't find it
Random
probably.
video. Wasn't a big creator. Nothing. I just casually saw the video and I was like, "This sounds interesting. Let me look at it." I didn't pay attention to her name or nothing.
Whoa. Fascinating.
But
Oh, good.
they'll be big one day, whoever they are.
Yeah. They just nailed it. Huh.
I'm
Interesting.
interested.
Yeah, dude, Austin, this has been amazing. Honestly, you have so much, insight to share, and yeah, it's incredibly helpful. Also, just kind of hearing the perspective of the creator side because it's so different, from the seller side. And so, yeah, man. And actually, as we wrap up, like, if people want to learn more about you or like, hear about kind of more of your coaching stuff, how can people get in touch?
So actually, I'll tell anyone this. If you actually have the feeling like you're gonna be on TikTok Shop for a long time and you think you can be good at it, start a personal page off the rip and track your progress as you go. Because you start to build that follower base on a personal level too, and you have those people there. So I just kind of started doing this, but about what's today's day? It's like 2.5-ish weeks ago, something like that. I got on a personal page and I started talking on there. And I'm talking about TikTok shop, personal life, personal page. But anything that I do that's personal or coaching or anything, if I were to do anything like that, it'd be on that page. And that page would be ASU number 10 live underscore. So it should look like Austin live underscore.
Got it. Awesome, dude. Thanks so much again. Yeah, this is amazing. And yeah, I really appreciate your time.
Yeah.
You got,
Thank you for having me.
of course, man. Thanks again.